All right. So, hello and welcome everybody. So, this live today is brought by 12 Weeks to Wellness. So, we're a national health and wellness coaching provider, and we have been doing this for over 20 years. My name is Emma Carpenter, and I am the host of these lives that we do every month. And today I have the great pleasure of welcoming registered dietitian Lucia Weiler as my guest. Welcome, Lucia.
Hello. Well, thank you.
Lucia is an award-winning registered dietitian, professional home economist, and a Gallup certified strength coach. A recognized leader in dietetics with over 25 years of experience, Lucia is a nutrition educator, college instructor, international speaker, and a regular contributor to media and trade publications. I could go on and on. She is also one of our most well-liked presenters that we use for our webinars that we do around nutrition all over the country as well, and always very well appreciated there as well. So today is Dietitians Day in Canada, right?
Yes.
So, yeah. And so today we're going to explore how nutrition can boost productivity, resilience, and overall employee well-being. And we're going to discuss some practical strategies for integrating nutrition into your workplace wellness initiatives and learn some simple shifts maybe that you can make to enhance your team's morale, focus, and mental health. So, if we dive right into it, Lucia, from your experience, how does daily nutrition specifically impact an employee's mental well-being and productivity, you'd say?
I'm so glad you asked this. It's something I'm really passionate about. And we often think of food as fuel for our bodies, but it's so much more than that. The food we eat directly impacts how we feel mentally, emotionally, which in turn affects how we perform at work, at home, and handle everyday stress. So let's start with mental health. The World Health Organization, WHO, defines mental health as how we think, feel, and behave. It's all about how we handle stress, relate to other people, and how we make decisions. So, good mental health helps us work effectively, cope with challenges, and contribute to our communities. But mental health isn't just influenced by life events like losing a loved one or work pressures or changes to our physical health. It's also so connected to what we eat. And as a dietitian, I've seen firsthand how balanced nutrition supports brain function, mood regulation, and mental clarity. A well balanced eating routine that is high in whole grains, fruits, vegetables, and lean proteins and healthy fats helps the following. One, improve focus and cognitive performance for all ages. Two, reduce brain fog and support mental energy. Three, manage symptoms and conditions like ADHD and long COVID. Four, support mental health conditions such as anxiety and depression. So picture this, you had a coffee in the morning, skipped lunch, and only had time to grab a granola bar before heading into a 2 o'clock meeting or 3 o'clock meeting, which we are now. Does it sound familiar? So it's no surprise that by mid-afternoon, you're feeling foggy, irritable, and struggling to focus. But let's be real, stress can throw off even the best eating habits. And as a dietitian, we support people. So when they're overwhelmed, they find that they're reaching for sweets or salty snacks that may not be part of their health goal or health plan. Or maybe they lose appetite altogether. So stress really affects appetite differently for everyone, but learning how to manage these cravings can make a big difference. So, in my work with 12 weeks and other clients, here's a simple strategy I often recommend. It's called the balanced snack or meal formula. So, pair a fruit or veggie, which is carbohydrate or protein or both, to keep your energy level steady and avoid midday crashes. So, some easy options could include an apple with a nut butter, or carrot stick with hummus, grapes with cheese cubes, whole grain crackers and low fat cheese. And if you're really craving your chocolate chip or a small portion of it, enjoy it mindfully. Trying to completely avoid cravings often backfires. So it's about finding the balance. So, in summary, though my experience as a dietitian isn't just about food, it's about fueling mental clarity, emotional balance, and overall performance. I've seen how personalized guidance helps employees develop sustainable eating habits that enhance both physical and mental well being. So, investing in nutrition and wellness coaching empowers employees to feel their best and work more effectively and build a healthier, more resilient workplace.
So we'll get into a little bit, talk about what organizations and HR leaders can do to better support healthy eating habits at work. But just one quick follow-up questions to what we just talked about, does that balanced meals and balanced nutrients over the course of the day. Are there specific nutrients that specifically support lower stress and to reduce anxiety? So can you be so targeted that you say, okay, I have a really stressful day today and I should really think about adding this and this into my diet today?
That's a great question. And what we talk about is a balanced plate. So picture your plate, round plate. You put a line down the middle, and one half of the plate would be vegetables and fruit. So that's where you get your antioxidants, lots of fiber, nutrition, more color, the better. Then the other half of the plate is divided again. So a quarter of it would be protein foods. And these are really important. Be lean meat, beans, chickpeas, lentils, all kinds of foods, even dairy, such as eggs. Get protein at every meal for satiety and for your bodies to build muscle and tissues. So protein is really important in every meal for the balance. And then the last quarter would be whole grains. So these would be carbohydrates that are supporting digestion and again, make you feel full longer and have lots of nutrients that they bring. So the balanced plate, very much like Canada's Food Guide, is what we recommend people aim for in pretty much every meal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the other thing I wanted to then leap into, so imagine over COVID, we saw so many people, working from home that all of a sudden, we have a lot quicker access and instant access to going over to the fridge. And so our snacking increased, etc. So and that's sort of persisted a bit in times of that we now have more hybrid work, that some people are more still working from home partly or going into the office as well. So what are some strategies then that HR and leaders can do to support their employees in really creating these healthier eating habits at work, whether it is in the office or whether it is at home? Do you have any ideas for that?
Yes, and let me share some insights from my experience as a dietitian and college faculty member, especially since we all learned so much about remote engagement and supporting employees' well-being through nutrition doesn't have to be complicated or costly. So it's all about making small, meaningful changes that fit into the busy workdays and remote or office setup. So, as a dietitian, I've seen how busy schedules and remote can work to make healthy eating feel better. Many people find it quite challenging, but the good news is it doesn't have to be difficult. So, Nutrition Month is a great opportunity for HR managers to promote healthy eating and well being, but it's an opportunity that you can leverage year round. So, here are a few simple strategies that can help employees feel more energized, focused, and supported in the workplace. So, tip number one, assess your workplace nutrition environment. You were saying some people are working from home and, the kitchen is very handy. Other people are in the office or commuting and food may be not as accessible. So it's really important to start using tools like a workplace nutrition assessment scorecard, for example, that will identify gaps and opportunities for your team. So knowing where your team is and starting from that point helps shape an effective plan that is fitting to your workplace or team's nutrition environment. Tip number 2, leverage your HR communication channels. So these would be emails, newsletters, or team meetings, or even something like what we're doing today. Em and I are sharing on LinkedIn Live, recording it so you can come back to it. And it's a really good way to share nutrition tips, reminders about available health benefits, and support from registered dietitians. So consider featuring employees' favorite recipes. Highlight diverse cultural food traditions, or share a balanced recipe spotlight. And these are available from Health Canada or Dietitians of Canada on their website. So start with small, quick wins, like easy snack ideas, simple meal prep tips, and hydration encouragement. So these are low cost but impactful steps that build momentum and help employees feel supported. Just be sure to use credible sources like Dietitians of Canada or Health Canada websites for sharing. There could be flexible education and engagement. I love gamified challenges, and we're voting for recipes. So a Q&A with a dietitian. So my experience of teaching remotely taught me that interactive elements like polls, breakout rooms, Q&A sessions can really boost employee engagement. So gamifying, as I mentioned, it's easy to create fun nutrition challenges if that's your team spirit. You can try a healthy lunch challenge where employees submit pictures of their balanced meals, the balanced plate we just talked about, or host a trivia contest on nutrition facts. And the last tip, which is really maybe a little more work, but I think people really like it, are make and take workshops. So even for remote teams, you can organize a virtual build your own trail mix or a smoothie prep sessions where employees gather ingredients ahead of time and follow along live. So these sessions create a sense of community and fun while reinforcing healthy habits. So the bottom line from a dietitian's perspective is supporting healthy eating at work is about creating a culture where good nutrition feels easy and is accessible. So when you give employees practical tools and engaging programs, you're helping them to show up as their best selves, more focused, energized, and resilient. And honestly, that's a win for everyone. Personalized nutrition guidance also makes a big difference, and it helps people build healthy habits that stick, not just for physical health, but mental health, emotional well-being too. So offering nutrition and wellness coaching, especially in flexible, engaging formats, gives employees the support they need to make healthier choices, whether they're at the office or working from home.
And I love that you're talking about building that healthy eating culture as well. Another thing we talk a lot with organizations about is really creating an environment at work as well that supports mindful eating, because it's so common, of course, that we'll all just go and grab our lunch and bring it back to our desk and sit there and just thinking about the importance, what the impact is on you actually taking a proper break and just focusing on mindfully eating your food and enjoying your food, and the impact that actually has on the level of stress that you experience after that you have eaten for hours afterwards, and that how important that really is to take the time, and feeling that you can take the time to just be mindful in your eating and enjoy your food and replenish, and then go back and be even more productive and effective actually afterwards, because you've just enjoyed and experienced that food in a different way.
Absolutely. And you said so many amazing things, and I just love the improvement of relationship with food. So when you eat, just eat. Turn off the computer, turn off your phone, and engage with the food that's in front of you with all your senses. What does it look like? What does it taste like? What does it smell like? What does it feel like? And building these mindful moments when you're eating will really improve your relationship with food and general well-being. So mental and emotional break, appreciating and enjoying the food that you're eating, so many benefits. So
I think
excellent
it's really
tip for culture.
fascinating, the new research that's coming out too, that it really how it affects your level of stress after you're then when you then go back to work afterwards. If you've actually sat down and had that level of satisfaction with experiencing that food, and how it lowers the stress up to 30% afterwards when you go back to
Absolutely.
work. And that's
Yeah,
mind blowing. I mean,
it is. Managing stress through nourishing mindfully.
oh,
Absolutely.
yeah,
It's an easy goal that is requires some commitment,
yeah.
but definitely mindful eating and being in the moment when you're enjoying
Yeah.
food,
So
big
much
benefits.
potential there, yeah, that we can
Absolutely.
tap into. So just to wrap up then, are there any common myths or misconceptions about nutrition and mental health that you kind of see that you would like to dispel today?
Absolutely. There are many misconceptions I come across all the time, especially when it comes to nutrition and mental health in the workplace. So, one would be carbohydrates often get a bad rap. And we consider the connection between food and brain function. It's an important fact that, unlike muscle, our brain cannot store carbohydrates. That means it depends on a steady supply of energy to function optimally. So, to keep our mind sharp and energy level stable, it's essential to eat every 3 to 4 hours. And skipping meals or going long without food can lead to dips in blood sugar, leaving us feeling sluggish, unfocused, and even irritable. So there are other myths about certain superfoods or restrictive diets, instant fixes. So it's really important to check in with those headlines and know that balanced nutrition definitely plays a role in supporting mental health, and it's not about a magic bullet or unnecessary food restrictions. And a dietitian can really support um, your health goals by addressing some of the concerns or myths that you have. So another
Yeah.
misconception is that nutrition is only about physical health when it's deeply tied to mental well-being. So when employees think that nutrition doesn't impact their mental health, they're really missing a critical piece of the puzzle. And the last one, my favorite, this idea of food being either good or bad. And I've worked with employees who are stressed about cheating on their diet or feeling guilty about eating something they enjoy. And this kind of thinking just adds more stress. So, as a dietitian, I can tell you that there's no food that's inherently good or bad. Even foods that have less nutritional value shouldn't be labeled. The goal is to find balance, enjoy a variety of foods, and focus on nourishing your body in a way that's realistic and sustainable.
Yeah. So much to unpack there, Lucia. So,
Yes, and we could
but
keep talking with Q&As and all those workplace wellness initiatives, and
yeah,
maybe we'll keep offering tips to help
we
people
definitely
manage that.
could. I mean, there's so much to talk about here, just in terms of, because people get really creative in terms of their eating habits and trying new things, and always we're always looking for shortcuts and things that can somehow make us feel better. But the reality is that there's so much information out there that isn't scientifically based. So, and because nutrition is always going to be a very personal journey, we always recommend, of course, meeting with a registered dietitian, either through our nutrition coaching programs or attending webinars and workshops as well to get access to that really vetted information that we know. And that's not to say that it's all cookie cutter, because it needs to be personalized specifically to you, because everybody's is unique. So um, yes, nutrition coaching is always what we recommend in terms of setting those plans for sure and get started. So, if
Yeah,
you're interested in following along this conversation more and for more resources, please check out the 12 Weeks to Wellness LinkedIn, and also Lucia. Do you want to send them your way to your LinkedIn page as well. I know you post there as well.
Yep. Dietitians are easy to find. Dietitians of Canada, they list, and myself, you can search my name on the website or reach out to 12 Weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And certainly, our websites as dietitians, we have credible information. You can look through there and, reach out to
Yeah,
us. We're here to
yeah,
support Canadians and help you unlock the power of food for your wellness and
for sure.
stay well.
Yeah. And if you're looking for other resources as well, go check out our LinkedIn as well. We do have like a free video nutrition video series for March as well, where you just sign up and then we send you videos every week through March as well. So there's a couple more coming that you can then share out with your team if that's something that you're interested as well, just as a little bonus there. So go check that out as well. All right. Well, thank you so much, Lucia. So much value here, and I'm sure everybody got a lot of that. So thanks again for coming, and thank you
Thank
for
you.
attending.
Happy
See you
Nutrition
next
Month,
month.
everyone. Bye bye.
Happy
Thank
Nutrition
you.
Month.